What's up, everybody? Welcome to more rSpace. Should I, 37 male, run from the woman I'm seeing, 32 female, after this? She has a past with this guy. We will call him Andrew. She confided in me that she was very heartbroken over him last year. We all have a past, whatever. While we were snuggling on the couch the other day, she was flipping through her phone to change the music. Andrew texts. I stayed quiet about it for a day, trying to digest what I saw. When I asked her if she is 100% over him, this is what I got. Andrew is tough. I wish you would have talked to me in person. He messaged me about seeing his sister and about getting my winter tires on, which is probably why I've been so weird about it. We do talk sometimes. I've told him about you. He has compared it to captivity. I do miss having someone worry about me kind of excessively. We were friends on and off through a lot of things, a lot with my brother, and a lot with his addiction and his divorce and falling out with Crystal. I know you don't want to hear that he is important, but I would be lying if I said he wasn't. Sexually and romantically, I am completely over him. I am so much happier with you, and as much as I am self-conscious about my body, you do make me feel really great about the person I am. Dating Andrew was a nightmare for me. I was always made to feel like I was in competition. I don't know if that is enough for you. I'm reading this as, this guy isn't going anywhere, and she still has feelings for him and is charmed by him. That this issue won't disappear, and that I'll get hurt. I'm right on the fence of breaking it off, but maybe this is crazy jealous guy talk? I thought I'd ask the crowd what their honest and sincere take is, especially women in the crowd. Thanks. Our first piece of advice comes from 2OP for me. He compared your relationship to captivity, which I can only assume means that he's going to break her out and help her be herself. That would be too much for me. Nah, man, I'd leave. Read between the lines. She secretly loves the competition that this guy made for her, and she loves the wild energy and how he was obsessed with her. She likes that he keeps messaging her. Next comment from My Cats Are Sick. Woman here, I think you should run. She's basically admitting that she is still in contact with him because she likes the attention. She's also said that he is slagging your relationship, and yet she continues to talk to him. And even though she's the one that has hidden this from you, she actively tries to blame you for bringing it up, like somehow you're the one at fault. She's also made it pretty clear that if it comes down to you or him, she'll choose him. None of this is healthy. I'm not saying that it's not okay to be friends with your exes. It absolutely is. But the reasons why she's friends with him and the way she's handling the reveal are full of multiple red flags. Last thought from Snoo Bananas 7203. I do miss having someone worry about me kind of excessively. What the hell does that mean? The OP responds before we move on. I wish I knew. Whenever I am at her place, I cook for her, clean up her place, walk her dog, make sure she feels amazing about herself every moment I can. She just... It's like it isn't enough because some cracked out ex who lives in his mom's basement at 33 asked her if she wanted him to switch her tires. It's like all my efforts don't matter now. On to the next story. My drunk girlfriend was about to give a blowjob to an old man she met at a casino that offered her Molly. Me, male 24, and my girlfriend, female 23, have been dating for a year, and it has been a very healthy, loving relationship for pretty much the whole duration. This last weekend, we went to the casino with some friends we recently met. She ended up getting very drunk throughout the night, and I didn't realize the extent at which she was. The issue started when a middle-aged man at a craps table somehow grabbed her while she was leaving the bathroom. I was at the roulette table and had no idea this happened. She was helping him place his bets using his money. She thought she was going to finesse some of the money out of him. At some point, the old man tells her that he has Molly and will give 4 grams to her if she comes up to his room and blows him. I see her as I'm cashing out, grab her and ask what's going on. She explains she's trying to finesse this guy. First, she says that she's going to go up to his room to buy Molly. I'm conflicted, but say, okay, as long as she's safe. She responds, I'm not going to sleep with him, but... And I just say, yeah, of course, I trust you. They finish at the craps table, and she comes up to me saying she's going up to get it. She tells me she can handle herself, and again, I'm not going to have sex with him, but... I didn't get the hint the first time, so I say, but what? She says, but probably a blowjob. I'm blindsided. I would have never thought she would do that to me. I say we're leaving right now, grab our friends and head to the car. As we're leaving, she's joking around saying if I would have let her, she would have done it. Now I'm left feeling very confused. She did ask me beforehand, and she was very drunk. But if she acts like that when she's drunk, I have a serious problem with that. I know I need to talk to her and can't let it fester, but is this a deal breaker to others as well? The first comment comes from Throwaway RA BBQ Rib. That would be grounds to put down an ultimatum of go sober or we're done, because that kind of behavior isn't a one-off thing when intoxicated. Tata222 says, "You mean ex-girlfriend, right?" Wanna See My Triforce chimes in, "Sounds like she's more trouble than she's worth. Everything sounds wrong about this." Max and friends have a thought. As a woman who's been blackout drunk before, yet never ever considered blowing a stranger for drugs, yeah, there's something wrong with your girlfriend. I probably wouldn't stay with someone who is capable of doing something so dumb, drunk or not. And last comment before moving on from Jay Pastori. The fact that she is willing to sell her body for Molly should be a huge issue. At that point, she either doesn't really care about selling her body, or she may have an addiction issue. You probably have a better idea about that than me, but either way, it warrants a pretty serious conversation. On to the next story. My girlfriend is pissed off because I'm backing out of an open relationship. A week or two ago, my girlfriend brought up the idea of a foursome with some close friends of ours, and I thought it was a pretty great idea. Well, that idea pretty quickly became, let's hook up with strangers, which is very different in my eyes, and although I agreed at first, I came to the realization that I didn't want that. I feel like she pulled a bait and switch on me, and now she's mad because I backed out. I don't think she has any right to be mad. I can understand that she is disappointed, but honestly, I feel like she's in the wrong here. I don't think we are going to be able to come to a compromise, and it feels like there's a big rift in the relationship now. First reaction from Never Ever Again 0212. Might as well break up because she's gonna cheat. OP responds, well, you called it. I just found out she was sexting another guy and came very close to cheating. This has been a really crappy night. Next thought comes from Trees in the Wind. You're right. She definitely isn't in the right. As a partner, she can be disappointed, but still understand. I feel like there's something in the relationship that she's missing. Have a talk, and if it don't work out, break up. Da Loco 6913 chimes in. Problem is that she will now blame you for not being able to explore. You will be called controlling and toxic as she starts to push boundaries in any case, because her reaction tells me that she has a level of disrespect for you. This is your boundary, and if you cross the line, you will hurt. The relationship has already changed. I suggest you break up and let her grow to the point where she wants monogamy. Only if she fully reacts to this idea and shows you respect should you consider carrying on with her. One more thought. From affectionate Yam4916. The fact that she's mad at your boundaries is ridiculous. You're allowed to change your mind, and she shouldn't feel like she is entitled to your body just because you're in a relationship together. Try talking to her about your boundaries and why you backed away from the foursome if you haven't already. If she still can't understand why you said no, then I don't see a point in continuing a relationship with a person who doesn't respect you. Next story. Should I be worried about my girlfriend's new friend? My girlfriend and I have been together almost 2 years now. The relationship has been rocky, but now everything just seems great. We trust each other. She recently got a new job at a gym, and I'm happy that she's happy, making new friends, and overall loves her job. There is this one guy at the gym that she says likes her. One day he asked for her number, and they've been communicating for about a week. She told me last night that she gave this guy her number, but doesn't really want anything other than a friendship with him, even though she thinks he's cute. This guy knows she has a boyfriend, but wants to keep their friendship on the DL, it seems. He's sent my girlfriend money before, texts her good morning, and begs to hang out with her or call her on FaceTime. She hasn't hung out with him or FaceTimed him from my knowledge because we're always together. I said I had no problem with him sending her money, but now my issue is that ever since she's told me about him, now she wants to hang out with him and is more open about calling and texting. Should I be worried about her cheating on me with this new friend? First thought from Meatloaf Ma. She could put all this to a stop with one text to him. She has chosen not to do so. So yes, you have a problem. Red81 says, according to this post history, amongst multiple posts containing multiple red flags, including him not being allowed to talk to or have any female friends, she has already previously cheated on him. So the biggest problem, as I see it, is OP can't seem to retrieve his spine from her purse and kick her to the curb permanently, like he should have done a long time ago. Stillskin has a thought. Your girlfriend has a backup boyfriend. Chillin' Villain NW added, her boyfriend is the backup boyfriend just in case the new guy doesn't work out, or if she doesn't choose him. She has already put a new guy in spot 1 by wanting to hang out with him while knowing what his intentions are. Says a lot about her own intentions. Killer Be Killed 92 thinks, I have plenty of platonic female friends. Guess how many I text good morning to every day, send money to, beg they hang out with me, and regularly FaceTime with? That's right, none. Drew B124 says, you should definitely be worried. Sending her money for no reason is a big red flag. He could use that to make her think she owes him something, and saying good morning every morning is not okay. If your girlfriend doesn't want to acknowledge the fact another man is thinking about her as soon as he wakes up and can't see why that's bad, you seriously need to reconsider your relationship with her. Retro Polo has a last thought. Ask her to block him, and if she makes any excuses, then you know. The OP responds, I'm definitely going to try that. On to the next adventure. My 23 female, uncle 45 male, makes very inappropriate comments to me. My mother 51 female is forcing me to interact with him. Hello everyone, using an obnoxious throwaway account here. I'm sorry for the long post, but I'm just so emotionally exhausted at this point. My uncle, mom's youngest brother, has made very inappropriate comments to me for years now. I have felt uncomfortable around him my entire life, but I really started to notice the creepiness as a teenager. I went from being extremely flat to having huge boobs when I hit puberty. He would make jokes about my developing body as I grew up, saying stuff like, it looks like you're growing in all the right areas. I bet the boys love you. And he's always staring at me. Many times I've caught him staring directly at my chest. To this day, he still makes inappropriate remarks towards me. For example, the last time he came to visit, I was talking about how I missed traveling, and he said, oh, if you want to explore a different city, you can come live with me for a while. When he knew anyone wasn't listening, he whispered to me, I have a 1-bedroom apartment, but my mattress is really comfortable. I think we could make it work. And then he winked at me. I just sat there dumbfounded and said, no thank you, and went into the kitchen. He never says anything in front of anyone else, and it makes me question my own sanity at times. I have told my mother previously about this. When I was 19, I told her that he makes me uncomfortable and says weird things to me. She got raging angry, slapped me across the face, and yelled at me for having disgusting thoughts. She refused to talk to me for days until I apologized. She has always had a close relationship with my uncle and is very protective of him since he's the youngest and only brother in their family. The only sibling I've told is one of my older sisters, 30 female. My sister brushed it off and said that I was just trying to cause drama in the family. She said that it was all in my head and that I needed to stop trying to ruin my uncle's reputation. My whole family is extremely religious and tight-knit. I am the known black sheep since I rebelled against religion early on and even had a punk phase, which my mom was convinced was the devil's work. This year, my uncle has invited my family to Thanksgiving at his new place. As I've done for the last few visits and family gatherings, I made up an excuse about a work deadline to get out of going. Then my phone started blowing up with messages from my mother and my siblings asking why I'm being so difficult all the time. They're all mad at me now because I keep making my mother upset. Apparently my continued rebellion and absence is making my mother depressed. This isn't the first time they've emotionally blackmailed me into doing stuff with the family. I do love my family and I love my mother, but I just can't do this anymore. I'm finally able to move out on my own in a few months. I don't want to cut them off, but I don't know how to make them understand or believe me. Has anyone ever experienced anything like this? I would love any advice, please. Our first piece of advice comes from Organic Mountain 623. Distance yourself from your family. They don't respect your boundaries. Those who actually matter will get over it. Kinda Trolling Ya thinks, you do not need to go to his place just to placate your relatives. If you do go to his house for Thanksgiving, drive yourself there. Then leave the first time he creeps on you. Arumphalus says, your family and especially your mother enables your predator uncle. It's time to go low contact to protect yourself.